Hi everyone, in this video I will be showing you how you can make this little loop. Before I start, I want to give a little disclaimer because I am not the one who came up with the technique of this loop. It is actually a Russian knodder called Valentina Lenin, and I will link her down in the below and you can find it on her Instagram. But the original video is in Russian, and I thought I would make an English tutorial of it, but I did not come up with this technique. So before we start, you want to pick a pattern. I am going to make this space pattern. I have made it before, but I want to make it again to see how much I have improved, and I really like all the small cute planets and rockets in it. So before we start, you need to know the basics of an alpha, because I will not explain those in this tutorial, but there will be a tutorial later on in which I explain the basics of an alpha. And before we start, you need to have cut out your bass strings. I have the pattern I am making has 14 bass strings, but I have cut 7 strings because we're going to fold them. So that means that you only need half of them. You need an extra string in which you are going to knot on top of. You need could be a little bobbin with your bass string thread and an extra bundle of thread that you're going to use to make the little loop. So let's get started. You want to take your extra piece of string, so not your bass strings, just an extra piece of string, and this one does not have to be as long as your bass strings, because this is the string that you are going to knot your bass strings on. So you just want to tape it down and leave, of course, some space in the middle. And then you want to take out your bundle of bass strings and you are going to put them on your string like this, with a really easy knot. Mine just got tangled. So you're just gonna take the two ends and you're gonna search your loop, and you are going to put it underneath and then pull your strings through. And as you can see, this one gets untied really easily while doing this, but don't worry, you can pull on either ends of your bracelet for the string to reassure its tightness. So again, you want to do this, take it underneath and then pull it through, and then attach it. After you've attached all of your bass strings to your extra string, you want to start knotting one row, and it could be from left to right or right to left, but I'm going to knot mine from left to right. Once you've knotted your first row, you are just going to put this one aside for a minute, and then you are going to take out 6 strings in the center of your bracelet. So if you're making the same pattern as I am, that means that you leave 4 strings on this side, 4 strings on the right side, and then you have 6 in the middle. What you then want to do is you want to put these ones to the top, and you are going to take your bobbin with thread again, and you are gonna go from left to right on this side first. So if you're finished, it should look something like this. And what you're then going to do is you're gonna take out your extra bundle of string and tape it down. And you're then going to do the same thing. You're going to do 2 rows, one to the left, right, one to the right, left. The next step is that we are going to knot the loop in the middle. So you have your 6 strings, and you are going to split them up in 2 bundles of 3. And we are going to start with the left bundle, and you are going to take your first 2 strings and you are going to make a backward forward knot. And then you are going to make a forward backward knot with the second one. First one should have also been a forward backward knot, but you don't really see a difference, at least I don't. And then you are going to take this piece of string, which is a bass string, and you are going to do a forward backward knot. And then you're gonna leave it out there. And then you are just gonna make backward forward knots from this part on, or just backward knots. So your string should go to the outside again, so that you get a loop form. And then you still have this one, and you can just leave it for a second, and then we are going to make backward forward knots with this one on the right side. And you're essentially doing the same thing on both sides, but you're just mirroring it. So again, you are going to take your bass string from this part, see this string, and knot on top of it, not with it. And then you are just going to fulfill other half of the loop by making your strings go to the outside. And then you still have these two, and you are just going to knot them together to create a little loop. So for the next part is we are going to knot again with this one. And what you are going to make rows, and in each row you are going to implement a new string of your loop. So I will do a couple of rows so that you can see what I mean, because this is well, for me this is the difficult part. And that's also because it gets a little bit messy with how all the strings are pointing out. So you're going to take this string, which already was a bass string, and you are just going to make a backward alpha knot on it. And then you are going to take your second string, this one, you are going to pull this thing underneath. And then you just make a forward knot. and then you just continue your row. And then you are gonna do the same thing with your next 2 rows on this side. And you're actually doing the same thing on the other side as well. But I will show you the first 2 rows of that one as well, so that you can slowly see how you can do it at first. Now that you've done the left side, we are going to do the same thing on the right side, on the left side. So again, you are gonna take your extra bundle of string and you are just going to make a regular row going towards your little loop. And then you are going to take the first string, which is this one, and you are going to make a normal knot on top of it. And then you are going to take the second string and you are going to put your bundle underneath them. You're going to really pull them through. And then you are gonna make a backward knot. And then you're just gonna continue knotting your row. But before I go into the time lapse, I want to give you a little hint on the next part, because that's really important to actually not do. So the next step will be connecting these two. And what you want to do is you want to look at your side in which you have most of your thread that you are going to knot the rest of your alpha with its base color, which is for me on the right side. You want to make 2 forward-backward knots if you're using the flat alpha technique on the right side after your last row. And on the left side you only want to make 1, and why I will show you in a second. So the last part is that we are going to connect the 2 sides, and what you want to do is you want to stick your extra bundle of string underneath your whole bracelet, and you want to pull it through and really make sure that the string is like gone and not stuck around a corner or something, and you just want to put it away. And what you then want to do is you want to take out your bobbin with your thread, and you want to knot a regular row going from the right to the left. Do make sure that you only have 1 backward forward knot on the edge on this side, so that you can make your row to connect them, because if you have that knot over there, you cannot make your backward forward knot with this piece of string. So right now I am in the middle, as you can see. This is where it splits normally. And this is the part where you have to be really secure to make this hole in the middle as small as possible, So like this, and then you want to be careful with your next couple of knots until it's really secure. And this is how you make a looped start for your bookmarks. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and share the video with your friends and family.